What's up, guys? It's been a while since I made a video. Figured I'd give you guys an update, and I want to have a discussion about, is AI and all these tech layoffs, is it making it worth it still to try to break into the tech industry? So if you're new to my journey, I've been learning how to code for coming close up to a year. I recently quit my job and have made it full time to learn, network, and to secure a job in the tech industry as a web developer or software engineer. So far, I've not accomplished in securing a job. I've had a few interviews. They seem to go well, but I've not received an offer. One just told me it wasn't going to work out. It was more of a back end. It was RPA, robotic processes automation. Sounded way out of my league. They told me that they liked me a lot, but they just went on with somebody else. I've been doing the meetups a lot because that was suggested by you guys and a lot of the videos that I watch. So I've been going to a lot of meetups. I've met some really cool people in my area, and they've given me some recommendations and references to other people, but still no referrals for a job. I gotta say, it has been very taxing on my confidence. It has been very difficult. And then I've fallen victim to the tech layoffs, AI coming in, all these things that put an extra layer of fear into me. And as if this was still worth it to begin with, like, is this future proof? Like, is this worth getting into and start building all this just for it to be shut down in a couple of years? Because if I'm being honest, the way that GPT-4 writes code, it ain't going to be too long before it's taking a lot of junior developers' position, right? It can do a lot right now. And then GitHub Copilot and all these other things going on, plus all the tech layoffs, have made me fearsome and unsure of myself, but I'm still continuing the journey. My time frame is coming up soon, so I probably will be going back into behavioral health unless something happens within the next month, and that's okay. I expected to do that if I needed to. It's not a failure. It's just maybe I need to extend my time frame a little bit longer. And since I've made this choice, a lot of things have happened that have really dampened getting into the tech industry as a new person, right? Without going to like a coding boot camp or going to get a college degree or anything like that. So that's the update on me. Still learning. Haven't got the job yet. I'm getting fearful. I may have to go back to behavioral health. That's okay. If we got to do that, we'll do it. But today I want to open up a line for discussion with you guys about, do you think it's worth it still? So like all these tech layoffs is going off, which that didn't bother me too bad. Just because even though there was a lot of layoffs, there was a lot of overhiring. This has happened before with the tech layoffs. If you look, a lot of them companies are still hiring. So that hasn't really concerned me a whole lot. What has concerned me more is about the AI abilities that we are starting to get. That makes me nervous, right? But I know that they're still a few years out, and I think it's still possible. But my question is, that I've been asking myself, is it worth it in the future, right? Like, am I going to put in all of this time and effort to learn, secure a job, start building a career in this field just for it to go away in a couple years, 5 years, 10 years? I don't know. However long, but I don't think it's too far away. So I've been reading articles, I've been researching as much as I can, watching both viewpoints because there's a lot of mixed reviews, but I think overall AI will probably take a lot of jobs, not just in the software tech industries, but I think it's going to open up different jobs. I think that it's going to be beneficial, but there's going to be a rocky patch for a minute, right? But it's going to open up new things. My thoughts personally are, it is still worth it. Yes and no, just because to get your foot in the door somewhere and to start learning these different things, I feel like will be beneficial into transferring to something to work with AI, machine learning, things like that. So I'm going to choose to continue to learn and try to get into the tech industry. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared. And I know I don't have a whole lot of experience in it, but like I've talked to a lot of people. These meetups, I've talked to people that's been in the field for 20 years, right? And I've read a lot of articles, and I follow tech my whole life just because I've been so interested in anything to do with technology. God, I remember when cell phones first come out. Anyways, I feel like it's a little bit harder. I feel like referrals are probably a lot more important, so networking is a lot more important. I do think I will accomplish my goal. I do think it may take a little bit longer. Biggest concern is like future proofing, and I don't think anybody actually knows. Nobody really knows. I'd be lying if I told you like, oh, I know. Nobody knows what's going to happen. But what I do think is that it is going to disrupt a lot of things. And the ability to adapt and overcome is going to be very, very crucial in the continuing in tech 10 years down the line, 5 years down the line. But the only thing constant in life is change. So I'm okay with that. But I really want to open this up for you guys to give me your thoughts. Put them down in the comments down here. Let me know what you guys think. New people that are just now learning, have been learning, just got their first job, been in the field for a while. I want to know your thoughts from everywhere. What are your thoughts on is it worth to continue getting into the field early on right now? If you're already in, it's kind of what it is. But like, do you think as a new junior software developer, it's worth continuing, right? Do you think that this is going to be disruptive enough that it may not pay off in a few years? Or do you think it's going to open up more possibilities? I think it's going to open up more possibilities. I think it's going to make it a little more difficult to get in, but I think it can still be worth it. What's your thought? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I really want to know. I'm out.